Hey Dad, happy Father's Day. We all know you're a very difficult one to buy for. So in lieu of a gift and in addition to a few delicious chocolate chip cookies this year, we thought we would put together some of our memories that we have with you to show our appreciation for you.
Hey Dad, I remember growing up we always had music on and we were always listening to a variety of songs. And I remember one time we were headed out the door to school to catch the bus and you stopped us to listen to Vance Can't Dance and to listen to the lyrics of that song. And Bette Midler came on in the car from a distance and we talked about the lyrics, you and I, and what they meant. And I appreciated you teaching me to listen to the lyrics and to understand what they mean. And I've been able to pass that on to my own kids and to teach them to listen to the words, not just the music and the catchy beat. And I appreciate you teaching me that and a love of music. It's been such a blessing in my life. I love you, Dad. Happy Father's Day.
I thought about all the sand dune trips that we've had and working on cars, all the lessons you've taught me about hard work and endurance and how to have a good time. But I decided to share a story about, or a simple memory about that shows your compassion for me and that you have just in your life and your character. And one night I stayed at Bear Lake and I stayed on one of the middle bedrooms on the middle floor of one of the bedrooms. And everybody knows, and you know this about me, that I am terrified of bugs and insects, and especially mice. And I went to bed that night, and like I do every night, I listened really carefully and looked around the room and made sure that I was safe. But sure enough, that night, as I went through that process of making sure that I was safe, I heard some little nibbling and crunching, and I knew that there was a mouse under my bed. And so I was immediately terrified. I froze. I didn't know what to do. I knew my options were to run as fast as I could down the hall and into the car and go to sleep there, or to yell out and see if anybody heard me to come and save me. But this was after your accident, and I knew that nights were hard, and so I didn't want to wake you up in case you had fallen asleep. I didn't want to bother you. But so I continued to lay there terrified, and I sat up very slowly, put my legs up and put my arms around my knees and sat there trying to figure out what in the world I was going to do. Running down the hall wasn't an option after I thought about it, because I'd have to put my feet down on the floor. So I don't know how you came down the stairs, but I heard you get out of bed and come down the stairs. And so I immediately said, Dad, come here. And you walked down the hall, and I think you immediately knew what was wrong. And I told you about the mouse under the bed. And the thing that you always do and have always done is you didn't get mad at me, you weren't frustrated with me, you weren't annoyed at me about this silly little fear of mine. You instead immediately went and got the broom and made this trap while I still sat on the bed, scared out of my mind that it was gonna crawl up and get on me. You spent probably, I don't know, an hour trying to figure out the best way to get it out the front door or trap it under your broom. And I just sat there frozen, and you did. You saved me. The mouse did go out the door, and it was all okay after that, and I was able to go to bed, and I always remember that. Well, I will always remember that you helped me that night, but it also is an example of the love that you have for me, and that you care enough about my little fears, and also my big ones, and that you're there for me, and you just have always been very compassionate that way, and I love you, and I hope you have a great Father's Day.
Hey Dad. Initially I'd wanted to pick a memory from one specific moment in time to share with you, but as I was reflecting on the relationship that I've developed with you over time, my mind kept coming back to a recurring memory instead. And it's the memory of waking up at Bear Lake to a rooster crowing over the speakers, followed by Good Morning, Good Morning by the Beatles. I remember getting up, being shooed out the door, throwing towels and life jackets in the wakeboard in the boat, jumping in the car as a family, and heading down to the marina. We would always stop at the corner Texaco and grab a red cream soda before heading down to the water. Then we would put the boat in the water again as a family and spend hours out on the lake, wakeboarding, skiing, swimming, and just laying out in the sun and enjoying the sounds of the lake. And I think that memory kept coming back to me because it was at Bear Lake that we truly developed a relationship as a family. You created an atmosphere free of the distractions of cell phone and TV and friends. You created an atmosphere where we could spend hours and hours of quality time together as a family every day. Whether it was while we were out on the lake or while we were reconstructing the deck, whatever it might have been. I'm so grateful for that. You've put a lot of time into Bear Lake, and there have been countless sacrifices. I'm sure tons of sacrifices that I don't even know about. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for everything that you've done to create that atmosphere that we could develop relationships as a family through doing fun, wholesome activities. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for the passions that you shared with me, whether those passions be skiing and wakeboarding or reconstructing different parts of the cabin at Bear Lake. I think back to just a few months ago when I moved into this apartment and wanted to put an outlet in the wall. And I was able to do that, and I had the confidence to do that because of the confidence that you helped me build through doing different do-it-yourself projects. So thank you. I love you so much. You're such a great father, and I hope you have a wonderful Father's Day.
So, happy Father's Day. I wanted to share a memory of when I got home from my mission, and you and me were driving up to Bear Lake, and as we were pulling the trailer. You wanted to pull the trailer. Anyway, I brought my wallet, but I left it on the back of the trailer, and we drove from the house to your office first. When we got there is when I realized I left my wallet. But I stayed there with Mom, and then you offered to drive back and look for it. I guess you found it on the road somewhere. I don't even know how you found it. But when you got back, I asked Mom, I was like, why did he not get more frustrated with me or like say something? But Mom was like, well, he's made mistakes, like he knows how it feels, something like that. So it's always been a big lesson to me because with my kids or with Clint or like even myself, I guess, I think, well, I'll make mistakes, so we know how it feels. We don't have to be hard on each other, but you've always been like that, just really kind and forgiving when someone makes a mistake, and I've always really appreciated that. I hope you have a good Father's Day. I love you, Dad.
The Lee kids also put together something special for you, being the creative little guys that they are. So enjoy.
I like Grandpa because every morning he'll eat oatmeal for breakfast.
I like it when Grandpa takes naps.
I love Grandpa because he dips Oreo in his milk.
Happy Father's Day, Dad. Love you.
Happy Father's Day!
Happy Father's Day, Grandpa.
I love you.
I really like Grandpa. I love you, Grandpa.
Happy Father's Day, Grandpa.
Happy Father's Day.
I love you.
I love you, Grandpa.
And something you love about him.
I love him.
I love you.
Happy Father's Day, Grandpa. I love you.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
I love you, Dad.
I love you, Dad. You're the best, Dad. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, Dad. I love you.
Happy Father's Day, Dad.